This is CGTN, China Global Television Network.
South Sudan's Riek Machar and his wife test positive for coronavirus. Donald Trump threatens permanent freeze on the World Health Organization funding. And families in Zimbabwe struggle to put food on the table. Hello and welcome to Africa Live on CGTN with me, Beatrice Marshall, in Nairobi. Also coming up on the program, we'll be looking at how Uganda Airlines plans to return to the skies amid the coronavirus pandemic. And coming up in your sports, South African tennis great John Lafny Dejaga launches an initiative to support struggling coaches during COVID-19 lockdown. And we begin in South Sudan, where First Vice President Riek Machar has tested positive for the coronavirus. A number of his office staff and bodyguards also have the respiratory disease, including his wife, Angelina Teny. She is currently serving as the Minister of Defense and Veterans. Machar and his wife will be self-isolating in their home in Juba for the next 14 days. Africa has so far reported over 88,000 cases of the virus, while nearly 3,000 people have been confirmed dead. About 33,000 people have recovered. Let's now take a look at the updates across the continent's regions. In East Africa, the number of confirmed coronavirus cases are now over 5,000, with Djibouti recording the highest number of infections. Meanwhile, Kenya, whose numbers have increased drastically in the past few days, has shut its borders with Somalia and Tanzania. Tanzania has on its part closed its border with Kenya. In Southern Africa, South Africa still has the highest number of recorded cases in the region, with over 16,000 infections. The country has enforced some of the most strict measures on the continent. On Sunday, the country reported its highest daily cases count, with approximately 1,100 people infected. In Central Africa, Cameroon and the DRC have the highest number of recorded cases. Cameroon has over 3,500 recorded cases. The country is not only fighting the spread of COVID-19, but also an armed conflict in its Anglophone region. The region covers the country's northwest and southwest, and UNICEF estimates that around 3% of health facilities in these areas are either non-functional or only partially functional due to the conflict. In West Africa, Ghana and Nigeria, all regions of the continent, Egypt now has nearly 13,000 coronavirus patients. Almost half Nigeria topped the list of COVID-19 infections recorded in the region. In his letter to the WHO chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, President Trump has accused the organization of a lack of transparency and independence during the coronavirus pandemic. Trump's deadline comes as the WHO Assembly is holding its 73rd meeting virtually in Geneva. The WHO chief has supported calls for an independent review of the global response to the virus.
Welcome the proposed resolution before this Assembly, which calls for a stepwise process of impartial, independent, and comprehensive evaluation. To be truly comprehensive, such an evaluation and to make recommendations to improve national and global pandemic preparedness and response.
Well, let's now cross over to CGTN's Julia Lyubova. She's joining us via Skype in Geneva. Julia, President Trump has threatened to permanently cut off U.S. funding for the WHO. Have there been any reactions to this warning so far?
Well, so far there hasn't been any immediate reaction from the World Health Organization yet, but sure, that is likely to come later on Tuesday. Of course, Donald Trump gave the organization just 30 days to make those major improvements without really clarifying exactly what he meant by this. So, of course, the World Health Organization will, and so we are likely to hear exactly what the World Health Organization will say in response to this. It's not clear exactly what can be done because, of course, the organization exists here to serve the world. So we'll be likely to be hearing some more reaction from the World Health Organization later on Tuesday.
Well, this is a critical time for the organization itself in the middle of a pandemic here. And this being the last day of the World Health Assembly's virtual meeting, what are some of the key resolutions agreed upon by the leaders?
That's right. So this year's World Health Assembly, it's very different to how it's done normally. It's only run over 2 days instead of 7 days, and it's done online. So we've been hearing on Monday, we've been hearing speeches by various presidents and global leaders, and also we've been hearing from the delegations from the 194 member states. And Tuesdays, this is the day when there will be some voting and some decisions being made. So